Oh, hi, laughing. I had an issue with my stream last night. It kept crashing, and my CPU was hitting like 100% and then locking everything up. So today I'm trying to basically benchmark it. So I have like a couple of run streams on in the background, a bunch of programs that I use for my stream, and then a couple of things that I wouldn't use during my stream. And I'm sitting at a comfortable right now 57%. So there was some corruptions. I had to run a couple of scan disks and figure out what was corrupted. Then I ran a DISM restore, and it seems to have fixed the problems. But I wanted to basically the only thing I didn't test was going with OBS Live, so I did that. So yeah, so it looks like everything is working again. There's some more things I noticed that I want to clean up and fix, but it just looks like the computer needed some maintenance, and I have been slacking. So yeah, still right now, like I think the highest I've seen on the CPU is about 70. Still a little high, but I do know I have some. I have a lot of stuff running just to see if I can break it. No, no computer yet, Fredo. Um, I just did a bunch of stuff on mine from last night to today. So, a lot of cleaning, a lot of fixing, but I haven't done it in a while. Browser I'm currently using, laughing, is Edge. Um, because out of all of them, it tends to use the least resources. But somebody was telling me about Opera GX. I think it's Opera GX. I was gonna thinking about trying that. It's just I don't like browsers at all, so I just kind of use the one that I know works. But yeah, I've so it's moving up, but it's because I opened up some more tabs. It's sitting at like 73. Yesterday, I couldn't have any of this open, and it would have been at 100. So, and if I minimize the tabs, it drops back down to the 50s, like 59. So, I think I might have it licked for now until I get the new one. But it is time for a new one. This one I think I've had for like 9 years, and it's served me well. It's gone through a few upgrades, but I think it's time for a new one. Yeah, but it's actually like settling in at like 55, 56. So yeah, it's just a test session. But I have a bunch of things. So like I said, I have Loco streaming in the background. I don't think you can hear him, but I have him streaming in the background because that would take up resources. I have like a couple of web pages I know that are active that take up resources. I joined our video call that I usually use for the games. I have the table open and I have a couple of the players like actually on the table to make sure. And then the only thing left to test, like I tested recording with OBS to see if it did anything, but that really doesn't change anything. So I was like, well, let me go live with it and see. And it didn't change anything. So I'm feeling comfortable. I will probably, yeah, that's all my reading. Edge, they say Edge uses the least amount of resources. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but whatever you can say, if you can say it, right? Um, so yeah, I might stream tonight just to see, like, just to make sure everything is working, test it. Do an actual stream tonight. Maybe throw in a game or two. I don't know. We'll see, but I tomorrow's my regular D&D game, so I wanted to make sure at least I can run my game tomorrow. And wait, do we have D&D tomorrow? Now I don't know. Hold on. Let's see. It might be Saturday. I'm thinking of. Oh no, we don't have a game tomorrow. Our next game is on the 12th. All right, so that gives me a couple of days to keep getting it better. Um, but yeah, like just doing what I did now would have like froze the computer last night. So I'm feeling much more comfortable that I have most of the major problems under control. I can't do anything about the age, but um like I'm trying to put it off until like the holidays, get the bonus, buy a new one. This one I was gonna pass to my daughter. She has a laptop and she has a computer at home, but when she's here, the laptop can only play like it's good for playing Fantasy Grounds because you can play Fantasy Grounds on a potato. But she's getting more into like other games and stuff, so she has to pick and choose which one she's gonna play on the laptop. So I was like, anything she plays, she can run on this one. So I was like, all right, you can have this one. I'll get a new one. But I was pushing it off, and now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to push it off that much further. So I'm probably gonna like this week. I'll probably look into like getting starting it. Just I like to buy them and future proof them. So like this one, I bought this one. I made sure I got all the components I wanted, and it lasted me almost 10 years. I would like the next one to last just as long. Well, no, I have um yeah, I have Fantasy Grounds, OBS. OBS is only using about 20%. Fantasy Grounds is using about 9, and Edge is using about 10. So I'm sitting at 55%. It's all the other stuff that's running. So I'm gonna go kill a bunch of those things today. But it was a bunch of stuff that had been running before. So one of the things I noticed today is I have the Adobe Suite, the last one that you can install. I have an i7. I don't remember the numbers. 4900, 49, something like that. Oh, but I was saying with Adobe. So I had the last Creative Suite, and then finally I made the transition. I got Creative Cloud because they were no longer supporting the suite. For some reason, I never uninstalled it, so they're both sitting on my computer running. And one of them, the old Acrobat, is trying to update. So I was like, all right, that's gotta go. Like it's a lot of things that I had so much space, so much room that I just was like, it's not bothering me, and it's finally caught up to me. Let's see. Yeah, 4770. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And usually, have a lot less technical issues and we have a better time. So that was rough, but again, players are cool about it, so everybody understands. I mean, more than half of them stream, and two of them have streamed. They just don't anymore. So um, it's usually a better time. But we have games all the time. This Tuesday group is a little bit more serious. Um, there, a couple of players are newer, so they're a little bit more reserved. The game on Saturday is the opposite. It's a lot more chaotic. Um, but it's different players, different different characters. But everybody has a good time. I mean, that's like the main goal. I love when my players are having a good time. So when things are broken, it just drives me crazy. I was thinking about just going out and buying new RAM, like more RAM today, because I never capped out my RAM, but I kind of didn't want to spend any more money on this machine. But I think the RAM for this machine is actually so inexpensive that I could probably go out and get another 32 for about $100. Yeah. The noise you hear in the background, that's Loco. Yeah, I could. Well, no, because I mean the RAM on this machine is DDR3. Yeah, DDR3. So if I bought a new machine, I'm not gonna use DDR3. It would stay in the machine for my daughter, but like I said, she wants to use it to play her games, and she's only here on the weekends or in the summer or vacations. She visits, so I have visitation with her. So when she's here, she can play. I don't think she plays anything that's gonna tax us. I mean, she plays games like Stardew, um, Don't Starve Together, Hollow Knight. She plays games like that. So, but yes, it's the older machine. It has survived well. It's a classic. I'm gonna get the plate. You can you could still get it from what's that company? Um, I forgot the name of it. Oh crap, I don't remember the name of it, but they basically online place that sells RAM. And that's why I was like, I can get her cheap. Just throw it in there and leave it there for her. You know what? I could probably check the manufacturer and see, but I don't think I can go above DDR3. Like when I bought the board, I don't think I could. But you know how sometimes they realize, oh yeah, it'll work. Like when I first bought the board, it was supposed to cap at 32 gigs of RAM, so that's what's in it. And then about a year or two later, they upped it to 64. But again, I wasn't doing anything that needed 64. I play Fantasy Grounds. I mean, I play other games too, but nothing that intensive. Um, Not yet. Anyway, it can run most games. The graphics card is decent. Um, it runs multiple monitors, and I never really had to worry about it until recently. But I mean, it's sitting there. Like right now, like I said, it's still sitting at like 60, no, 57. It went back to 57, but it's sitting in like the low 60s. So I, I think we'll be fine for a few more months. We can make it to the end of the year. It'll be good. And I'm like, after looking at everything today, I can see there's so many things that I can do that I've just been lazy about. No, I'm not. Actually, I just have everything open silver to test everything. No D&D tonight. Next D&D game will be Saturday. I thought it was Thursday, but our Vecna game is on hold until the 24th. So one of the players had to do something and it's new. So I was just working on the computer, and today I'm just making sure everything's still work. Well, yeah. So I opened up Fantasy Grounds and all the stuff to make sure that it's going to be able to run everything. So I got a couple of the players to go on the table, make sure that they can connect, nothing's lagging out on Fantasy Grounds, and I think, like I said, I think everything seems to be right in the norm. And there's some more tweaks and things that I can clean up, but I think it's going to be good. Um, my current bitrate is 9,000. Yeah, I know. I have. I'm sure that I could probably just get a new one, but again, if I bought a new laptop for $500, I'd be buying another one in like a year and a half. Lower it for stream. I honestly, for OBS, whatever the defaults were, I didn't even change anything. I turned it on. I was like, okay, that looks good. The only things I change is like the graphics stuff. I've never changed any of the settings. Honestly, I don't even. I would have to go look for it to find it. Yeah, no, I don't think. I'm hoping Fantasy Grounds goes the other way. If I lower my bitrate for streaming, it will help. Well, I will. I don't. I don't think you could do that while it's running, but I will look for it. I'm making a note. What should I lower it to? Yeah, I know a lot of the settings in OBS they don't let you change them while it's running. So what's the recommended? 4,500. Okay. I don't play any first person. I may. I haven't in a while. I don't stream any of them. The only like I stream a couple of games when my daughter wants to play. Um, and I might stream like a D&D game here and there. Like I'm thinking I might stream what's the game that Jem's trying to get me to play? Throne and something? Throne and I don't remember what it is. Alright. I will make that change. Like I said, I turned it on. I was like, all right. I ran the wizard, so it says there was suggested settings. I did that, and I've been using Throne and Liberty. I've been using that since. I haven't changed it at all. No, that's I've made one change. So sometimes I stream when I'm coloring, and I have music playing that shouldn't go to the VOD. So that's like the only change I made that it doesn't stream. It gets rid of that track for the VOD. Other than that, everything is the default. And I've been able to move around everybody in Fantasy Grounds without getting stuck because I don't know where that came from. But then I'm well, no, it had to be because we were at 100%. Fantasy Grounds just didn't like anything. If you have a lot of apps up and Windows for stream and lags. So, okay. So the only thing I run is Fantasy Grounds I have Video Ninja, so basically one browser page, and then Discord. Those are like the three things I have to have up to run a game. Sometimes I'll open up like a map on a browser tab because I didn't load it into Fantasy Grounds. So there's a nice interactive map for the Sword Coast and Waterdeep. So sometimes the party will go a direction and I'm like, I don't have a map for this. Hold on. And I'll look at that. But right now I have a bunch of stuff open. Like I open a couple of streamers. I have one person playing in my, well, not in my head. He's playing out loud. So I'm trying to, like, not trying to tax that. I bet I could crash it if I keep going. But I'm the worst case scenario for a stream right now. I've heard that laughing, like having two, but I'm also thinking about space. Like they say, oh yeah, you can have one on the side, but OBS sometimes is finicky. Yeah, the cams do add to it. We use Video Ninja, but that's run on the browser, so that's why like the browser tends to go up a little bit, but it doesn't go up that much. The browser should be under 20, and yesterday it was around 50. It's like I thought some antivirus was running or something, and I don't use any. I just use Defender because it works fine. You dealt with Video Ninja. It sounds like I don't know. It sounds like you don't like it. I use it because it lets like me set the cameras and forget about them. They're always in the same place. So for each game, I have one Video Ninja room set up for each game, and with the links, I just know where everybody's always going to be where they're supposed to. Your DMs didn't like it, oh me honestly. As long as I could see you and you get reaction, I'm all good. Oh, the DMs didn't like it? Oh. What did they use? It's like one like Discord, we can't use Discord because if somebody joins it throws the cameras off, or if somebody leaves it throws the cameras off, so I won't use Discord. I tried WebEx meetings. Kind of same. Zoom. Does Zoom let you like do links to the cameras too? Because I have Zoom, but the time I started streaming, I don't think it gave you that option. It could have now. And the other thing I was looking at was Stream Together. They use a browser source. And links, if someone leaves, it moves the camera. Yeah, see, that's my concern. Somebody leaves, the cameras get moved around and everything's thrown off for the stream. So I like to make things work and then not touch them again. So that is why Video Ninja is good for me. Everybody's always where they're supposed to be. Like it doesn't matter if one person joins or all of them join. That one particular camera will always be in the right spot. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was talking about something. Oh, so Stream Together. So I've tried Stream Together a couple of times. It doesn't seem more intensive than Video Ninja, and it does the same thing. It lets you lock the cameras in the same places. But it's by this streamer. So like if I was streaming with Rhino, no matter what, his camera would always have the same link. When he turned it on and joined, he would always be in the same place. So you'd have to move it depending on the view. But it seems to lock everything in the same place, which is nice. I just haven't, like, it was one of those things I didn't have resources problems, so I didn't check to see how much resources it takes up. It works through a browser, and you can only use it through Chrome or Firefox. But everything's run through like the Twitch backend. So far, it doesn't look much different than Video Ninja. There is more control in Video Ninja. Um, but you can control sound, and then everybody who's in the thing can also see their chats if they wanted to go live as well. So you can merge the chats together and things of that nature. And since we kind of already do something similar to that with a couple of the streamers in the game, I was like, maybe one day I'll set it up and we'll stream on that and see how well it does. It's just one of those things. If everything's working, I don't like to switch, but I'll test it and see if it's a better experience. Maybe we can do that and see if everybody likes it. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do is like give it a test run with everybody. Hey, you would be See, the laughing does have me thinking. I'm gonna look into that a little bit more and seeing about offs like putting it off. I'm sure since the last time I looked at it, they've made improvements. I just I have to have another. I always thought like I don't play anything that intensive that I needed a separate one, but maybe it can't be this one though. If I get a second one, I already promised this one to my daughter, and disappointing your child is not something I want to do. She takes it a little personal. Yeah, no, they don't take that well. Um, and she's a good kid. You still learning on streaming in D&D? Yeah, me too. Well, more more so the streaming part. Yeah, no, I told her the end of this year, I'm gonna get her. Like, the funny thing about it is, like, where I used to work, I had we had access to so many machines. So when I used to play, I started using Fantasy Grounds to play face to face, which was funny. And I would log into Fantasy Grounds. I would control all the dice and everything, and I would throw the maps up on a TV that everybody could see at the table. And they started asking if, hey, can we log into that? So some of them started bringing their own laptops. So I had a bunch of extra laptops laying around at work. I brought them home, and I was like, so when they would show up, they would just be all the laptops set up, ready to go. I'm like, here, just log in. Yeah, I know. I don't want to wait too long. Yeah, no, I had said I was for 2025. I was getting a new one. I don't know why 2025, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make this computer last 10 years. How long have I been streaming? I want to say over a year, but I don't. Oh, I guess I could check the date. It's been a bit though. Maybe almost 2 years, year and a half. Let's see. What does Twitch tell me? 5 years going on 6. Oh, so that means I'm going to be learning stuff for the next 3 years. At least three. No, I am not. I am still. I don't know. I know a lot of people that they. Oh, you got to do this and this. And I'm like, I just want to play Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I just want to play D&D. The streaming part came around because of my daughter. Um, and I like it. I enjoy it. Like I no regrets doing it, but it was more because um it makes me want to be a better DM. So I was like, oh, this it gives me encouragement or makes me want to do better. Good job, Little Epic. Is Loco's character based on Razumdar? Uh, that's his character's name, Razumdar. Yeah, I I don't know what you mean by is he based on that? Is that another? Did he borrow the? I know he's so he plays his character Razumdar is the grandson of another character. I don't remember the other character's name that he played in a different game, but their names were similar, but I don't think they were exactly the same. His full name is Razumdar Straight Arrow. Oh, he is. Yeah, I don't. He he did play some Elder Scrolls, so maybe that's where it came from. I'm gonna have to ask him. I never I played Elder Scrolls and I don't remember that character, but I played Elder Scrolls a long time ago. Like wow, over 10 years ago. But yeah, and it may be. The thing is, this is the second iteration of that character because the grandfather was this character. Like mechanically wise, it's the same character. Lore wise, they're two separate characters. He just enjoyed playing it the first time so much. And so I was like, I don't have a problem with that. Just make him first level. So he just put the stats down and he played it again. Hi, Cheese Wheel Lord. How are you? I too like cheese. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, you're excited for Saturday? Good. I'm glad. It should be fun. I mean, so I talked to Weasel, and Weasel did tell me that he explained to you that Minds of Madness is, you know, it's not in. It's definitely made to test adventurers, and chances are, you know, at least one of the characters you made will die. In fact, I've run it a few times because I think it's hilarious. I've run it a few times, and I don't think anyone has ever finished it. No, I take that back. One group did finish it. Didn't my title says only a test. Oh, okay, cool. Um, maybe I could just do. What is it? The just chatting thing. Yeah, we'll do that now. No, maybe nobody will expect. All right, cool. As long as you're warned. Um, we still try to make it fun. I think everybody who's played it has had fun. Um, we have a joke about one person who quit playing because of that game, but it wasn't so much the game. They had a belief that whatever game they played, the minute they died once, they didn't want to play the game anymore. And we like I didn't think that was gonna be true because they had a character in our main game, and I was like, no, this is just a side thing. It should. She's like, nope, I'm done with D&D. It's like, what? Yeah, I was. I mean, they were good. They it was the first time they played. This was their first campaign, and to watch them just say, okay, I'm done after a year or so. Yeah, it was after a year or so in the main campaign. It was kind of like disappointing. I was like, really? Um. So yeah, they just stopped playing one session to the next. No, we didn't write them out. We didn't kill them. So after they left, I had their character basically leave and get involved with some lord. So they're still in the city, but they're just not part of the game anymore. But yeah, that was whatever game she says. Whatever game she plays, the minute she'll play it, and if she dies, she plays something else. I was like, oh. I was like, well, in D&D, dying is a thing. So sorry. Why? I don't know. That's just their play style. And there wasn't no animosity or anything. There wasn't no argument. It's just like I was shocked. I was like, what? I never heard anything like that before. Yes, we like chaos too. I have a couple of players that thrive on chaos. And I like it because it keeps me on my toes. Like, you're gonna do what? Okay, this is what's gonna happen then, and it's fun. But I like that it gets me thinking and being creative. So it's all good fun. But yeah, Biff is my chaos player. She just she makes me laugh all the time. Yes, I do. All right, where is? I know she is awesome. I like I like watch. I mean, she streams as well, and I like watching her streams. She's just, and we realize that that's her. It's her personality turned up. What edition did I start with? So I originally started playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. My friend Anthony Quillis, his dad Tony, came outside one day and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And he rounded up a bunch of the kids from the neighborhood, went inside, and we played Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And then at the time, we were trying to learn for ourselves, so we played uh, uh, basically a conglomeration of the Red Box, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, expert sets. I mean, we were just trying to learn the game, but we didn't realize that the rules were supposed to be separate. So we mixed them all up. But we were young. Then when I was like young teenager, I picked up second edition, and we started learning. I started learning second edition, and they also released the gray box for Forgotten Realms. So Forgotten Realms, the gray box for Forgotten Realms came out right before the release of second edition. Then they released the Forgotten Realms Adventure Manual and second edition kind of together, and it was a wrap. I was like, that's it. I'm running this campaign. And that's where I started. So I would say DMing, I started in second edition, but playing, I started Redbox, Advanced, first edition, just the mess that it was. All right, Silver. You have a good day. Yep. I'll probably be around later on tonight. I'm gonna kind of prep for that one. I'll probably do some coloring because everybody's yelling at me that I haven't touched my projects. So, and I might have an answer to you on exactly how long I've been streaming. All right. Honestly, that looks good. I think even like just web surfing, looking for stuff right now, I got it up to about 80, and then as soon as I closed everything, it went back right back down. So I think we're good. I do know there's a couple, like I said, there's a couple other things I want to kill in the background that are running, but I think we're good enough for streams. We'll test it again tonight. Um, I'll probably just, like I said, I'll be listening to music, running Photoshop, and coloring pictures. So if you want to come out, hang out, ask questions, I'll be here. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me while I was doing this. Wasn't very entertaining, but I appreciate the company. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Hopefully, I'll see you guys later. All right. Have a good one.